depression, suicidal thoughts, schizophrenia, panic attacks, and alcoholism. These three novels have very much let me look deeper into some illnesses and mental patterns that the world unfortunately has, through no fault of the people having them. Though I'm not a psychologist or anyone who has studied this, in honor of it being National Mental Health Month, I thought it would be beneficial to read some novels that have points of view of characters that are having a pretty rough time mentally. Books that have given me more empathy and ways of seeing people I love, I know, and I've encountered a little bit deeper and better. Now let's hop into it. I have a question that encapsulates all these books that we're going to start tonight with. Are we afraid of the dark? Are you and I afraid of the dark? I'm not asking you if there's monsters under your bed or you think there are, maybe. I'm asking you a kind of deeper question. I'm talking about those moments that we have all experienced. Those moments when we're awake in the middle of the night and we know we should be asleep. And our mind starts spinning with anxiety. We start doubting and blaming our choices, our life, our everything. It feels like the dark is winning. It feels like the dark is overcoming. We feel like we're overcome by darkness in those moments, don't we? And then it's dawn, and we see the cat pushing a pen off the counter. And we think, what was that last night? That was just silliness. That was just indigestion, heartburn. But here's my question. What if those private sleepless moments have some honesty to them? What if they're peeling back a layer of self-defense that we're not comfortable going there with? To look at what life feels like to be us, to be you, to be me. We would see that we could not only have empathy, but a deeper, darker understanding of the extent of the darkness that some people are going through. Even if it's not to the extent of the characters we're about to talk about, we know what can become of the darkness if left unchecked and unhelped. This beautiful, tragic novel will haunt you for the rest of your life, and you will be all the more human for it. Paul Harding. Imagine Me Gone is a perfect example of the darkness. It is both a gift and a terror to read. It describes 2 of the 5 people of this family who have suicidal thoughts and depression. One of the people with depression, the father, has a bunch of point of view chapters that I think is the closest that I have ever read to what this actually feels like. It describes this beast that haunts him, that taunts him to take his own life. It consistently brings him down throughout the novel, and we see his thoughts getting darker and darker. Moreover, everyone in this family has a point of view chapter. You not only get to see from the lens of the people with depression and suicidal thoughts, you also get to see the people that are trying to help them and live with them day in and day out. You get to see how they affect the people with depression and how the people with depression affect them. That the battles are usually in her head does not lessen the bravery of it. The hardest ones always are. William Ritter. Challenger Deep is a very unique novel as well. It's a father, the author, working through real life events through a fictional book to try and understand them better. Neal Shusterman's son was hospitalized for starting to see things that weren't there and starting to believe things that happened that didn't. In the novel, a very similar set of events happen. We get to see the boy go through the system as he tries to come to terms with what is happening to him while making a few friends along the way. It's scary to think that this kind of psychological shift can just happen, though apparently it does for a lot of people. Throughout the novel, we have abstract pictures of monsters of the deep, monsters of the darkness. These illustrations were actually drawings that Schusterman's son did during his stay. Life is pretty dark. This world has a serious shortage of both logic and kindness. Haruki Murakami. The darkness in Shuggie Bain is both more and less prevalent. One of the reviewers of the novel said this: Stewart shows us a lot of monstrous behavior, but no monsters, only damage. I think this is very accurate. Though I think there is monsters in this book, I could see how the reviewer would think that they're just people dealing with their own darkness. This book is about a very young boy, nicknamed Shuggie, whose mom is an alcoholic. You get to see her episodes of alcoholism through the lens of this innocent boy, trying to come to terms with why his mother is dealing with this. It's heart-wrenching to read at times, as you see cycle after cycle of this happening in the novel. Like Imagine Me Gone, every person in this family has a point of view chapter. Shuggie has two older siblings that are starting to see what their mother is actually like and what her disease is actually making their family. They both try and escape, but Shuggie's viewpoint is both different and profound. Here we have somebody who is an unconditional love to somebody who is hurting and broken in the darkness of their life. I hope you've enjoyed the books we just went through and find one worth picking up and reading. If you or someone you know is going through a dark time right now, please reach out to a friend or a professional for help. Thanks, and catch you in the next one.